So we've really been having an Indian summer in New York. It's pretty hot today, and I know everybody knows that Charles Ortel is overseas. So I wanted to try something a little different. And we have Charles here.
Are you sure?
Welcome
Are you
back,
sure you're
Charles.
not in Asia?
Ortel Recall.
Good
That's
to be
the
back.
theme for today. So Charles, welcome to the filthiest shithole this side of the Mississippi.
It is a beautiful day, you're right to say, with the, look at how the light is shining through the trees in interesting ways. It's kind of like a French Impressionist painting in real life. In New York.
Plus dog shit.
Yeah, I got to say, I was, the weather's nice. It's great to see people here who I haven't seen for over a year. But the trajectory of this place is not up. I mean, it could be, free fall down. I was shocked. Yeah, I think it was yesterday I walked, maybe 2 days ago, I walked from 59th and Lex to 23rd and 7th. And at all the major street crossings, 59th, 42nd, 34th, all the ones that normally have very high rent stores in them, out, and more out.
Yeah. Now, something's happening here. The park is closed. Let's, I guess, go this way.
Okay.
Use an alternate route. We'll use this.
Side of the street parking is in effect.
Something like that.
And we have, it's interesting, in Iran, the women in theory are all wearing black chador, and here in New York, the women all wear black yoga pants. Some white.
Right, even less.
See this one.
That's a tall drink of water, Charles.
Exactly.
Before we get into all of the international doings and the crazy lunatics around in New York City, I just wanted to tell you and the viewers about a little something that I spent quite a lot of time developing last night and over the past week. Everybody, I think, who's watching Crowdsource the Truth has seen, first of all, my appearance on Redacted. I gotta thank...
Congrats on that, by the way.
Thank you very much. I've got to thank Clayton Morris and Natalie Morris for having me on. A lot of people have seen that. And basically the premise there is I've laid out the evidence that I've evaluated, which causes me to believe that Charlie Kirk was shot from behind.
Yep.
And oh wow, we got dog turds right here.
Welcome back to New York.
Yeah, and the guy working at the park just smiles. He doesn't clean it up.
That's not his job.
Well, he's working in the dog park, and he does work for the park here, so I would think
He does have a salary.
it's
That
more
doesn't mean
his
he has
job
to- He has to work. He can't be fired.
than anybody else's. But just quickly back to the Charlie Kirk being shot from behind. I'm so confident, Charles, in the integrity of the evidence and the way that I've arrived at that conclusion that I've put out it's important how people understand this, because some people have misunderstood so far. This is not a bet. It's
Right.
not a sweepstakes. There's no guaranteed winner, and it's not a game of chance. This is, the analogy I've been using is like in Spider-Man comics, the editor of the newspaper, the Daily Bugle, he puts out a call for freelance photographers saying, I'll pay $500 to anyone who can give me photographs of Spider-Man.
Right.
So that's what this is. It's a call for crowdsource information, and I'm willing to pay independent researchers who are able to come up with evidence that will refute my hypothesis. And it doesn't mean that someone can say, oh, I found an app that can shoot a 20 frame per second video, so you're wrong.
Right.
They have to fundamentally refute what I'm saying with a stronger hypothesis that will prove that Charlie Kirk was not shot from behind. And so towards that end, Charles, I've put my money where my mouth is, and I've put up $1,000 of my own money and also created a system where viewers, anyone, can choose to participate. And there's two ways that people can participate. I'm not asking you to endorse this, but everybody knows you're a financial genius, so if you have any commentary on this after I explain it, feel free to give it. But if people go to crowdsourcethetruth.org or crowdsourcethetruth.com, I've put up this Charlie Kirk was shot from behind, prove me wrong, sort of call for evidence. This is the evidence bounty, and it's currently up to $1,100. Somebody saw this and put in $100. Yes. So I've created a web page where the terms of service are laid out, and it explains how you can participate as a researcher. You've got to be a subscriber to Crowdsource the Truth, but anyone at all can contribute to the bounty by a cryptocurrency or their credit card. we've got 2 payment buttons there on the website, and so anyone at all can goose the bounty. You can watch the video where I lay out the hypothesis, and if someone wants to challenge me and attempt to scoop the bounty, their information, once it's provided, if it's determined to refute what I'm saying and be a superior hypothesis, I will pay them the money, and their hypothesis will become my new hypothesis and my understanding of what happened. And people have until November 4th to participate in this.
What time?
I guess midnight.
But New York City time.
New York City time, right. That's when it will expire. And, in order to be a participant from the standpoint of providing evidence, you've got to be subscribed to Crowdsource the Truth, either on Substack.com or Subscribestar.com or Patreon.com/Crowdsource the Truth, or to the Premium X channel where people can follow me on X at JG_CSTT and subscribe, because I'm not going to just get into an argument with some anonymous jackass on Twitter and send them $100. When we enter into an arrangement where one party is going to transmit over $1,000 to another, there's at very least an implied legal agreement between those two parties. And so that's why I've laid out the terms of service. People can read that. Anyone who's like, this is nonsense, Jason's just gonna take all the money and never give it to anybody. Well, obviously there will be consequences for me if I do that. I would become famous as a scammer, and my reputation as an independent journalist would be destroyed. So I'm not going to do that. Anyone giving money will have the recourse through the third-party payment processor if they feel I've done anything that isn't properly represented. And to be clear, on November 4th, if no one has refuted this theory, I will be keeping the money. So the people who are goosing the bounty are basically saying that they agree with me, they support Crowdsource the Truth, and like me, they're willing to put money behind this because they want to motivate someone to either knock this theory out with a better theory, or they want to support Crowdsource the Truth. What do you think about that?
Well, I think it's in some way it's great and it's sad. And why I say it's sad is you look what's going on in Portland, and there you have Tony No, or however you pronounce that guy.
Andy No.
Andy NGO, and then some other woman, Ravenscourt, is just hitting the head out there in Portland. And yet another person, Sortor, was trying
arrested.
To say, well, he was trying. Somebody was burning an American flag, and he tried to stop that from happening.
And he got arrested.
And the cops in Portland have arrested. Didn't help Tony. What's his name? Andy No, and certainly didn't help Ravenscourt and Sortor.
Because it emboldens the Antifa people.
Right, and the theory is, so that's the opposite of the pursuit of truth in Portland, and sadly in many other blue cities and states. The truth is very dangerous to the people who are in power. So every effort is made to make sure that the truth doesn't come out, and people who are trying to expose the truth are prosecuted or whatever. Sued. And here's a really impressive begging.
Now this is begging. See, that's what people don't understand, Charles. And thank you for that insight there, because that's just it. I'm trying to financially incentivize high quality information and reward the delivery of true news that they're trying to shut down.
Yeah, and I just want to take it a step further. And you're not on the payroll of New York City, New York State, federal government, whatever, whereas all these people are suppressing the truth and misdirect and lying. I don't like you misinformation or this. I just call these people liars,
right? Professional
liars who can't discern, maybe even can't discern truth from falsity. These are mostly, we're paying for these assholes. So it's kind of sad that you, an independent person, would have to put your money up to counter the efforts of a vast set of government bureaucracy who are spending maybe trillions of dollars per year selling shit and lies as truth. And look at how much time. Now we're in 2015 in October.
25.
2025. I might still be in 2015. I'm a bit jet lagged, but. Look how much time it's taking people to come to their senses and indict Comey and hopefully go after the many other people, including donors. Look how much time it's taken to get the Southern Poverty Leadership Center away from the FBI and the Anti-Defense League away from the FBI? And is that even just a limited hangout move, or those limited hangout moves where they're going forward not work together, but hope that we don't look into what they did in the past together?
Right.
And how many other organizations
Are
like
doing
that?
the same thing,
Yeah.
right? They just shift to another one.
But yeah, it's a strong move of yours, and high quality work
Thank you.
continues in my absence.
Well, you're still there. It's just on Zoom.
No, I'm just saying it's great to see. You're taking it to a higher and higher level.
Yeah.
So this
So,
brings fond memories of, didn't we wait for Hillary Clinton around here somewhere?
yeah, just one block south of
Down
here.
there?
Oh, you're right. At the back entrance of Barnes and Noble. Hillary's the backdoor girl.
I don't know. I think not.
Yeah, that was Monica.
I don't know about. But yeah, Monica. She was a humidor,
Oh,
sadly.
yeah. So, Charles, you know, I'm a boiling frog in that I am sort of stewing in this shit bouillabaisse. You've been removed from it for a year and then you come back. What would you say, as a lifelong New Yorker, is most noticeable to you now, having lived in the sparkling Southeast Asian jewel of, have we said exactly where you live?
Yeah, we have many times. And currently in Penang in Malaysia, and you see my hat says Lombok. I'm looking at trying to find a place in east of Bali on the
I
island
thought that's
of
the
Lombok.
Lombok Ski Club.
Exactly, Lombok Alpine. That the approach they're going to take in the federal government is not to say if we can cut out people and replace them with machines, we should cut our budget. You're going to say this just means we have extra money to do other bullshit.
Right, hire more DEI people.
So that's one thing. I'm struck by the enormous costs. I like, in the day, I'm watching my eating now, but back in the day I would have really crappy Chinese food.
I should say you've lost quite a bit of weight. It's very
Thank you.
noticeable.
Thank you. And gained muscle tone, which I'm even
good.
happier about. But I went to my famous, one of my old-fashioned junky Chinese restaurants on 45th Street between Lex and 3rd. And there, like a platter of glop, pepper steak over lo mein or pepper steak over rice. Back in the day, pre-COVID, was like $8.
And now 18?
16.
Yeah.
Which
No,
way do
I
we
mean,
wanna
it's
go?
crazy. We'll go through the park.
Pretty sunny.
It's very hot. It's surprisingly hot. As
Global
you said,
warming.
unseasonably warm. So you get to enjoy the what is it? The teapot stove handle. What's that thing called? Scandal?
Oh, Teapot Dome.
Yeah.
Teapot Dome over there. But no, I think it wasn't. It was the name will come to me. Something. The Teapot Dome is out west. That was the New York City Tammany Hall.
Yeah.
Tammany Hall.
Scandal after scandal, Charles. The city never sleeps as far as the scandals go.
So one thing I noticed was, the
$16
speed
Chinese food.
and the speed coming in. The other thing I noticed is the cost of everything is so much higher.
I know.
You know, I
But
went
not
out-
crowdsource the truth, Charles.
maybe
It's
you
still
should.
just $5 a month.
Maybe you should increase it in line with inflation, but or more. But because certainly mainstream media is not worth paying for, and people are doing that. So I was taken to a very nice steak place last night, where the meal. I don't want to say exactly how much it cost, but and not completely over the top, brandy, cocktails, desserts, coffees, and all this kind of stuff. But appetizer, steak,
Did not have
vegetables.
all that stuff.
No, didn't have the extra stuff, but had wine, steaks, appetizers, vegetables.
Well, how many people?
3.
$300.
Way over that.
Over that.
Well over that.
500.
I don't know. I didn't pay for it.
Wow.
But just the components seemed to be that it was more, and it was worth it. But you look at that in a very fancy place in Penang or anywhere in Southeast Asia, you'd be hard pressed to spend that kind of money
On a house.
well, not about a house, but on a meal for sure.
I'm kidding. We got a construction site in the park, Charles.
That's good. And people, nice help. I mean, it's sad to see homeless people still here, but New York City remains a rich place, so poor people are going to come here looking for handouts, looking for help. But I look at this and I contrast it with the energy of cities I've been to around Southeast Asia. I was just in Germany and London, and the same negativity. Populations are growing, costs are growing, deficits are exploding, debts are high. The Europeans are determined to get us into World War III.
That's crazy.
And it just and the people leading the charge. That is one fat dude behind us. A large Jabba the Hutt would have a hard time bringing him to the ground.
Your favorite music, Charles?
Is that music? I thought it was just
jazz.
Noisome noise.
But are there homeless people around in Penang at all?
There are homeless people. More, in fact, not many. And I can't say I know every inch of Penang because it's a big place. But in the main portions, you see homeless people. The same deal of homeless people in front of ATMs. Indeed, there was one guy who's like a professional occupant in front of this downtown ATM, and a few days back or weeks back, there were 3 of them in front of the ATM, which is sad. So, no protests?
I was going to say, the maniacs have calmed down a little bit. I mean, here's what I'll say that's a bit of a positive note about New York. There definitely has been a reduction in the constant oppression of maniacs all around from back in the day when we had 100,000 illegal immigrants coming in all the time. That's noticeable. We don't have 5 people selling sandwiches out of coolers over here right now.
Yet.
Or trendy, right. It's early still. But
you find Adderall in stock.
What the hell does that mean?
Well, Adderall is not something that you should take. I mean, it's bad side,
That seems
side
illegal,
effects.
no?
It
doesn't look like a doctor put that there.
And I just wondering, how are you doing on time? Because I know you're half an hour thing.
Me?
No. Don't you like to end after half an hour?
Oh yeah, no. We've got 7 more minutes
okay.
before we head over to the First Amendment Forum, where people can join us on subscribestar.com or patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth, and also on crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com, or by subscribing to me on X at JG_CSTT, and they'll also qualify, Charles, for the evidence bounty once they become subscribed members on Crowdsource the Truth. But we've got a good solid 6 minutes.
I just want to make sure. I see Party City is new. That wasn't there.
That is new.
This 14th Street has always been a disaster.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's better now than it used to be.
Yeah.
But
I can't believe GameStop is still in business.
Is it?
They're doing something with the stonks over there. Yeah, this is out. Bolton's.
Wow.
Michael Bolton's.
And
shoe store.
The guy who used to hang out begging is gone, right there.
I guess he went out of business.
But that guy is still here on the lamppost. Same guy.
Oh yeah, he's writing or drawing or.
If memory serves, he's the one who has the argument. I just need $50 for a hotel room.
Who said that?
The guy at that lamppost used to make the argument. I'm stuck in the city. I just need $50. He's like the other guy who's, I'm stuck here. I have to get home for my mother's birthday, which is tomorrow. And you see him there for an entire year in the same place. Somehow I think your mother doesn't have a birthday every day of the week.
I guess it's the vagrant equivalent of aim for the stars and hit the moon, or aim for the moon and how does that go?
I don't know, but it didn't wash with me.
Yeah.
You look at the scene, you say it's nice. But I wonder what the scene was like in Rome as it burned to the ground.
That's just it. Now, what about all this business with Hamas, and there's going to be a peace deal, and then there's not going to be a peace deal?
We'll have to see. I mean, with Hamas, everything is, the Trump program is an essential. An essential point is he wants Hamas to go away, and so it's going to be tough for them to agree to that. So they're just trying to not be obliterated.
Well, and then Hamas wants Israel to go away. So how can those two sides reach any kind of
we'll see. I mean, Trump is trying to push both sides to at least, release hostages and stop the bombing. Is that your car over there?
Oh, that's Elon Musk.
What is that, the Cybertruck?
That is. I saw actually a 1990s GTR yesterday. You would have been extremely excited by that.
Oh,
Joe.
yes.
I don't think you would have noticed
I would
that.
have changed my entire life
you would have
around to
noticed.
become a car collector.
People did like it, though.
Actually, someone, I'm not going to say who it is, just got a plaid,
Oh, yeah.
the one that goes...
Tesla Model S.
Yeah, that goes...
1.9 seconds or
right,
something.
they bought that, yeah.
It's pretty close to the maximum G-forces that the human brain can tolerate before it squishes.
Wow.
So don't go any faster than that.
Yeah, I won't. I'll try not to.
But also, really, what's the point of that? I mean, it's impressive, I admit, and I like fast cars, but I haven't been in one of those
Yet.
Yeah. Well, and also, Charles, speaking of Elon Musk, I've been incredibly shadow banned over there on Twitter, X. Yeah, since I started publishing this evidence and information about Charlie Kirk being shot from behind, every single post I put up gets this sensitive content warning, and people can't see it unless they go deep into the settings, which is something actually that quite a few people, including myself, had a difficult time finding that setting. But you have to tell it, I want to look at sensitive content, or you just don't see it. People are emailing me every day saying, oh, we can't find you, Jason. I think if you actually type in www.x.com/JG_CSTT, then it gets to me. But if you don't do that,
Wow.
yeah. Talk about suppression of information. So we also have a lot of stuff to talk about, and we'll get into this more in the longer portion on the First Amendment Forum. But Putin was at some sort of Russian financial conference making all kinds of speeches about how he still wants to, restore the trade relationship with the United States. And then Trump made something. He said that Trump listens and reacts. And that was sort of a positive comment, I think, about Trump. But then Trump kind of responded saying that, Putin says a lot of good things, but then just does the opposite. So it's unclear where we're at with this whole...
Yeah, well, I think what's happened is that the neocons, the party of perpetual war, have Trump's ear, or at least have the ear of people close to Trump.
I think they got a different part of his body.
Yeah, maybe. But they... Larry Johnson, of course, feels that Ukraine is getting punished and Russia's winning. We're not there, so we don't know, and there's a lot of fog of war. Republic Great Again just
really?
won an election, and in Japan, a conservative woman shocked all the experts on Japan, and she's going to be the next prime minister.
Did they ever figure out who killed Shinzo Abe?
I don't know, but this woman is, thank you, is going to be the next prime minister. So I think you're seeing, and also in the UK, Nigel Farage is surging. In Germany, they're going to try to stop AfD from winning, but if they had a fair election, they'd obviously win. France, I think, is going the right way. And all these countries that are pushing us into World War III are, many of them are in worse financial shape than the United States is, and we're in pretty bad financial shape.
I would say. So let's do this, Charles. Let's pause right here, and we're going to continue this conversation because we're at a good point.
Okay.
To do that in the First Amendment Forum, people can join us on subscribestar.com or patreon.com. Sensitive content setting, but you will qualify on any of those platforms to contribute information, and if you can refute my scientifically backed hypothesis that Charlie Kirk was shot from behind and prove me wrong, you have an opportunity to win the evidence bounty. So we'll be back. Stay